What's up, sports fans? I'm Rene Garza Jr.,
And I'm Freddie Guevara.
and welcome to another episode of Tailgate 956, a show that covers sports across the Valley and the Lone Star State. Now, before we begin today's rocky and also episode, let's give a shout out to our sponsors. Apogee Comics, the best in independent comic books. If you're looking for a great read, make your next comic book Apogee. Visit Apogee Comics all throughout social media and on their website at www.apogeecomics.com.
And Rick's Auto Shop for all your auto repair needs.
Located on Indiana Street in Brownsville. Now, bro, what a week has it been for football and baseball? Since yesterday, it's been very oof.
Well, there's a lot of news around baseball
and basketball.
Well, basketball's hot.
Yep,
hot off the press.
hot tamales. Yeah.
Our Texas teams have been on fire.
Oh yeah.
And by the news, Astros have been. Oh my goodness.
There's been ups and downs when it comes to that, and that's had steamed some clams of many Astros fans, as mine. Honestly, I could say.
A lot of controversy. Controversy here and there. Yes. Good, definitely. Bad, no. Yes, no.
And there's still 93 days, 5 hours, and 2 minutes, and 27 seconds, and the countdown. And I ain't going to say it's so cheery because, honestly, why is it that now everyone's making a whole big spectacle about Alex Bregman when they did it when they haven't before?
I guess because it's close to losing him that you're like, oh, you don't know what you got till it's gone.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know. The thing is that before, yes, Alex Bregman was a great commodity. He's a great commodity and whatnot. But apparently today, it's been said that it looked like he's not coming back. That conversations were stalled or whatnot, and there's a whole bunch of reports, going out about about the Astros and whatnot, and the general manager Dana Brown has been quoted and said pretty much, and I quote, I won't get into specifics, but I feel like negotiations stalled. I feel like we made a really competitive offer and showed that we wanted him back. We had to pursue other options and we just couldn't sit there, which is understandable. Of course, that's what the trade happened with Kyle Tucker when they got the 3 little package, with Isaac Paredes with the third base, and everyone's all like, it's Alex, that's Alex Bregman's spot. What's going on?
Are they
going to move him to first base? And, for a while it stayed like that until recently with, as I quoted on our sports bike, Christian Walker, first baseman, was signed from the Diamondbacks. And that pretty much solidified the trade that, okay, both positions have been filled.
What's Bregman going to be?
Where's Bregman going to,
what's his place in this team?
What's his place in this team? Because both spots, where's he going to be out? The dugout, just stay in there. So that pretty much sealed the deal. And although I'll go back into it, when it came to the deal that the Astros had made Alex Bregman, $156 million for 6 years, that's a fair offer. That is a very fair offer to give to a player, especially in that magnitude. Yes. I know the Juan Soto had that kind of contract, but that's somebody else. But the contract that they offered him, $156 million for 6 years, that's pretty good. And them not, wanting a little bit more, come on, that's pretty insulting. And from what I hear in the grapevine as well, too, what I've been reading, that he's going to meet, or he has met with the Yankees owners and the Yankees managers about going with the New York Yankees. Okay. And if he does, ouch. Honestly, that's a pretty, for me, that's a pretty as a fan, that's pretty messed up.
It's a hard hit to the gut.
Yeah, it's a hard hit to the gut, and man, just chasing the
why anywhere but there.
Anywhere there. I would have been like, okay, you went with the Rangers, all right, cool. But the Yankees, really?
And what kind of deal did they make a deal, or
that hasn't been revealed?
It's
yet.
just talks.
Supposedly, from what I've read also as well too, that he's not going to announce anything until after Christmas. I guess after the holidays, maybe after New Year's,
as a kind of little surprise.
He explore his options. Who knows, But I honestly believe that the way it looked so far that he wore his the Astros uniform for the last time this season that just passed.
You
That
think that that solidified that
Bon Voyage,
the
Alex
last
Bregman from
move that the
Houston.
Astros made really solidified his goodbye?
Yeah, yeah, and like I said, like Dana Brown said, they couldn't just sit on their hands and just not do anything.
Yeah, well, there's opportunities
Yeah,
out
there's
there.
other opportunities. They got to think about the team ahead of time, not just around one player. Of course, he is a great player. I'm not taking that away from him
Oh,
at
of
all.
course, no. We've
Yeah,
said it again and
yeah,
again
yeah.
in this show that we love him and we would
Yeah,
love to him to come
bring it
back.
back definitely,
And
definitely.
now my question to you is,
Mm.
how do you feel about that move with the first baseman?
Great, great. I think they filled that position very well. As I said on the sports bike, they got Christian Walker from last season. He had 120 hits, 26 home runs, RBIs of 84, 72 runs. He scored 130 games within the 2024 season, as well as when Alex Bregman he scored 145 games. So
But I guess I'm making the comparison because I know we talked about needing that first base,
oh yeah,
like a
it
different,
was it
yeah,
was greatly needed, and
yes,
you seen it.
yes,
Although no,
yeah.
like I said, no
No
shame to Johnson, the
disrespect,
John Singleton, he did a great with his job for the time that was happening. But the way the team was this past season, it was time for a big change. And I feel that with the additions they have, Isaac Paredes and the little package deals they got from the Kyle Tucker trade, which hurt a lot of Astro fans. As for me, I was shocked reading that.
Yeah,
I was
it was
shocked.
surprising.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It
As we
was
all talked
surprising.
about that time and that
But
that
I
show.
think that the Astros kind of like it kind of was baiting other teams because as soon as that news went out,
Hmm.
about that, that comment was made. I mean, how long did it take for them to make an offer on Tucker? I bet that at that moment
Hmm.
they called them up and they were already working out a
Yeah,
deal.
because like the Chicago Cubs pretty much had a solid team. I guess they were just filling little gaps. So with that little package deal that they got from, because like Isaac Paredes has a batting average of 238, 129 hits, 19 home runs, and 80 RBIs and 64 runs scored, and within 153 within this past season. But what is known is that he's good. He's good at bat. He's good at slugging it home. From what I've to discuss with Clemente and whatnot, he can hit it out of the park. He can hit out of the juice box. I won't call it the ice box. The juice box.
The icebox. I got this icebox where I used to be. Bregman, yeah.
Bregman, yes, exactly. But he had with this past season he had a batting average of 260. Christian Walker he had last season he had a batting average of 251. So and Isaac has a batting average of 238. With it's balancing itself out in a sense.
Mhm.
Although yes, it's a gut punch losing two you know great Astro players of Kyle Tucker and Alex Bregman. But this whole since the last season, everyone it's like that episode of The Simpsons where Lisa throws away the barbecue pig and Homer's like, it's still good, it's still good, it's still good. And
Not yet, man. Not
yeah,
yet.
they got that pack. They traded Tucker. It's still good. It's still good. We can still get Alex Bregman back. Like he said no to the 156 contract. It's still good. It's still good. There's still time.
Still
And then with
good.
Christian Walker, it's still good. It's still good. But in all honesty, the way it's looking, that pig is far off in the sunset.
Bah.
Far off, and it's over in the sunset over there in New York, which yeah. it,
A
so be
different
it.
sunset.
So be it. So be it. So be it.
Well, I mean, we'll go ahead and see what the outcome is. But yeah, I gotta agree with you. I see Bregman in a Yankees uniform next year, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not with the Astros. I do see it now more clearer than ever regarding
If they
the
make
moves.
if they make him a good offer, if they make him a good, if he
Well,
wants to take him.
that's the thing. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like if the Yankees cannot make him an offer that he likes, I don't know. I don't know who can.
Because they're competing with the Mets now. Because the Mets are they're getting some killers on that team. They're sharpening up. They got Soto. You know what I mean? So what does that
Well,
what does that tell you? The Soto was with the Yankees. He just changed directions of where he parks his car.
oh
He takes a different exit.
man, I got
I
I'm
don't
in
know
the
the
wrong
directions.
stadium,
I don't know
man.
the directions of the way New York is, but yeah, you get what I'm saying.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah, but the kind of players that the way it's looking, the Astros are shaping up, for a long haul of winning championships and being the caliber of team that they've always been. Which by now they're a dynasty team. You know, I'm not just saying as a biased, fan. Well, a little bit,
A little bit,
a little
little
bit, just a
bit.
little bit, just a little bit. But I can honestly say that, yeah, Alex Bregman is gone from the Houston Astros. There's no doubt about it right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy how they're making this big spectacle out of it. You know what I mean? It's kind of shameful. It was like where was that love when the Astros were winning? Oh, nothing but hatred. Nothing but
Yeah.
hatred. Yeah. Mm.
Well, look, I mean, the Astros, look what happened this season. So, I mean, I can't wait, honestly, to see what they got in store, what they do this season,
Exactly.
and what to go ahead.
It's like I said in the previous episode too, when it came to trading Kyle Tucker. Yeah, like it shocked a lot of people, myself included. But honestly, the Astros were doing great. You know,
Without him,
without
yeah,
him on the sideline. So in a sense,
he didn't come into what, the playoffs.
Yeah, technically, yeah, and even at that during the playoffs, he didn't show up.
He didn't show up.
Yeah. So,
Well, I still blame that.
what I mean by
on
showing
the cold,
up, what I mean by showing up is that
he performed.
he performed well.
The
Of course, he
performance.
was there. Yeah,
Of course, he was there.
yeah, he was there. But
Woo, where'd he go? Chris Angel, my friend. Now you see me, now you don't.
yeah,
No,
exactly.
yeah. I mean, I think maybe he was just too cool. I mean, he was too cool. He hadn't played all season long. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that,
And he wasn't back 100%.
Yeah.
You could tell he wasn't back 100%.
yeah, no.
The way he had that shin guard on his leg, he wasn't full 100 back 100%.
Oh no, definitely
Yeah.
no, definitely not.
Mm.
And then, well, I mean, the good thing is that he's gonna have a lot of rest period between now and then, and he should be ready for next season.
But yeah, like Chicago did get a great ball player, and they solidified their team a little bit more. Who knows what else they're doing as a team, But honestly, yeah, like although even though it's sad to see him go.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. He did contribute a lot, two-time champion you know, with the Stros. That won't be looked over.
I mean, no, that talks a lot for him, so that's why they wanted him. You know what I mean? That
Mhm.
speaks a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of like they're already broken up. They're just waiting for them to tell each other. Kind of goodbye. Yeah, pretty much.
Until I see you. What is
Yeah.
it with me in songs today? Yeah.
I know, right? It's just so musical, but it's the holidays.
It's the holiday spirit.
It's the holiday spirit. Yeah. You're like, look, it's Santa.
Well, my gift Santa.
Now we just got a lot of lumps of coal for this.
Hmm.
Yeah, although even though the Cardinals third baseman, because they were already pursuing like Nolan Arenado, but he blocked the trade, and everybody suddenly started being like, oh yeah, because the Astros are no good and blah blah blah, yaggity schmaggity. Like calm down, man, calm down.
Relax.
He's another Abreu. He wasn't doing so hot either. So if you want to stay with Cardinals,
Go
good for him. Look who we got. Got Christian Walker. How about them bananas?
Look, I think the season will talk for itself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Exactly.
The season will talk for itself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Unfortunately, yes, Bregman did spend 9 years of his career with the Stros, but two world titles and and Golden Glove this year, which is
very
all with the
sentimental.
Astros. Yeah, all with the Astros. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Astros have gone through a very sentimental time this year.
No,
I mean,
yes.
I'm not gonna lie. Well, Bregman's not gone yet, but like you said, I mean, it's only a matter of time. The way it looks.
The thing is, he's already gone.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's just to say it out loud. That's what pretty much it is. It's just to say it out loud that he's gone.
Yeah.
And thank you so long.
Thank you for everything and bye.
Bye. Yeah.
And Tucker also.
Mhm.
I mean, those are two tough, big losses.
Yeah, it's a lot of gut punches for Astros fans.
Yes.
But sadly, it's the way the cookie crumbles right now. What can we do? You know what I mean?
Sometimes it
At least we still got Altuve.
Oh yeah, man, that guy, man.
Yeah.
Considering that catch he made in the middle of the season last year.
Oh yeah.
That's he's still got a spring on him.
Yeah, he does. I know that.
Yeah, he's a great player. Great player.
And now with the more solid of a team with Christian Walker, Isaac Paredes, Weneski as a relief pitcher, and Cam Smith, the top prospect. We got something going. We're cooking.
Yeah.
Although yes, nostalgia just hurt everyone,
It's because
myself included. You're like, oh man, this team's not gonna be the solid winning team that before. No, it's evolved.
I think the
It's
reason
evolved
the
more.
the biggest reason is because change,
Yeah,
and it's hard sometimes to watch change happens,
yeah,
and change sometimes we don't like it because change is not always good. But you know what?
yeah.
Sometimes it needs to happen.
Hmm.
It might take a while, maybe for them to go ahead and click. Like maybe like hey, this season,
Yeah.
but look at where they made it to the playoffs.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, yeah.
So, no, I mean, I see a lot of good stuff for the Astros, and yeah, you're right. Things needed to change. One of the biggest positive change I saw, that first base.
That first base, right? See, you're like
That's right
exactly,
there.
exactly, exactly.
And you know what I mean? Getting better hitters, I mean, doesn't hurt.
Yeah, no, I feel positive, and I feel that the contract 3 years, 60 mil with Christian Walker for like for three. We got him for three solid seasons. Who knows? Maybe we might get him for more. We're more produced more, maybe a couple of more years.
See what he's
Tag
got.
on that 5 year contract. Let's
Oh
go.
yeah,
You know, third Gold Glove. He's won his third Gold Glove award. We got somebody solid
yeah.
at first base. You know what I mean? So that's made it kind of like, ooh, like oh that's cool, but at the same time it's like oh man, it's like one of those yay and kind of
I would
situations.
say it's like them losing him
Yeah,
on the other side. You know what I
yeah,
mean for the
yeah, yeah,
Astros.
yeah, yeah.
It's like I mean, but you know what? Like you said, it needed to happen. He was just 1 year. Tatis Tucker was 1 year what away,
Yep,
and you
yep.
know what I mean. So
Yeah,
I mean, it was gonna
it was
happen.
gonna happen. It was
It
gonna
was gonna
happen. It
happen.
was gonna happen. Yeah,
If it didn't happen this year, it was gonna happen next year, and what
yeah.
would have been probably worse next year.
Exactly, exactly. So what's gonna happen with this lineup? Because like it remains to be seen. Because
But
there's
that's coaching position,
that's
and
coaching position.
that's
That's all.
coaching.
Yeah.
And I see positive. So yeah, I mean that's good. I mean I
Hmm.
see a positive. Like I said, first base man is the best thing. Like right now, for like covering
Hmm.
that negative. I guess
Hmm.
that negative position that
Hmm.
needed to be, I guess, taken care of.
Yeah.
I think the coach will do fine next year. You know
I'll
what I
tell you
mean?
one thing: wherever Alex Bregman goes, either be the Yankees, the Red Sox, or even the Mariners, whoever decides to open up the pocketbook, or even the Dodgers. Yeah, I mean, like whoever.
Wow.
But I doubt the Dodgers will sign him because
I
they already have a solid team. But that the teams that I've heard of that are like thinking about getting them are the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Mariners. Shout out Nick Garber, Red Sox. But yeah,
I don't know why I have a feeling the Yankees.
I'm thinking the Yankees are going to open up the just to compete with the Mets.
Yeah.
That's one of those. Yeah.
No, well, I mean, not just that. It's because they need to. Because, like you just said, they
Yeah,
just lost big.
Quan Soto. Yeah, there was a big gap there. There was a big gap there. So maybe he might end up being a Yankee uniform. You might be seeing him in pinstripes this 2025 season.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt, but
It's gonna hurt, yeah. But in this case, hey, bring it on.
let's see the challenge.
Yeah, go Stros as always.
Hey,
I ain't sad about it. Well, just a little bit.
yeah.
But we'll find out in 93 days, 4 hours, 45 minutes, 27. See, I can't be sad when I say this. I love it. And 21 seconds. Yeah. Till opening day, till the Stros go up against the New York Mets.
Ooh, and then you could so the
Yeah.
Mets first,
Mhm.
first on the list.
Bring it on. Bring
Let's
it on.
go.
Yeah. But in basketball news, let's go to the hoop. Let's go a little hoop.
Nothing but good
Nothing but
there,
b-ball hoops.
man.
Nothing but
Nothing but
solid basketball going on.
this is what I like. Nothing but positivity
Yeah,
there.
positivity, man. Positivity, yes.
I mean, what can I say? Houston and Dallas neck to neck.
yeah.
One game away, 19-9 Houston Rockets,
Mm-hmm.
18-10 Mavericks.
Mhm.
Their last 10 games, Rockets have been 7-3.
Mm-hmm.
Mavericks have been 8-2.
Yeah.
And that's it. I think this has a lot to do. One of their losses was on their last game, and that was when Luca was out because he was out the last two games.
Yeah, you were informing me about
Yeah,
that.
so I think that was a big impact regarding that the last 10 games, at least speaking.
Mhm.
Wow, I'm like wow, like those two teams are on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't want to leave the Spurs behind, but we were talking about it. They're 15-13 too.
Yep.
They're in ninth place
Mm.
in the Western Conference, but
But they
they're not that far
they
behind.
were on what, like 12th, 13th place earlier
Yeah.
on. Now
Yep.
just catching momentum.
They're 3-4 games away from 4 games from the Rockets, 3 from Mavericks.
Mhm.
They were 8 games away,
Yeah.
man.
This last game that they had with the Blazers, the player of the game was pretty much Victor Wembanyama.
Yo,
Yeah.
man, Victor kept on stealing, and making plays, assists. Man, that what can that guy do?
No, he was on fire. He's a well-rounded player, and he's just getting better and better and better.
He actually won Western Conference Player of the Game.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, Player of the Week. Sorry, Player of the Week this week. I was like, that's impressive. And with good on his last game, he just made a block,
Mhm.
and then he went ahead and made a pass.
Yeah.
Then they passed him, and he made an assist.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Like with the combination of team they have with Chris Paul, Sochan, Vassell, and Barnes, the team is solid. They're just catching the momentum up, getting back. There's still plenty of games left still in the NBA season.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We're not even halfway.
Definitely.
We're not even halfway done with the season yet.
Man, it's still and that's the thing. It's like it's very challenging. It's very close. I mean, right now the Spurs, they're against the 76ers. It's 45-48.
As we speak right now.
Spurs. Then they're in the half.
They're halftime
They're
already?
halftime right now.
All right.
Spurs are down 3 points, but they've been neck to neck also
That's
all game long.
The big difference from last time when they were down like almost 30 points from last season. Remember that?
No, definitely.
Remember the dumpster fire that it
double
was?
digit, like just trailing by double digits.
Remember that dumpster fire that happened?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, that was almost every game, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But the Houston Rockets against the Hornets, 62-31.
Bam, baby. How about them Rockets? How about them Rockets? H-Town, baby.
They're literally
Clutch
at the
City.
half, and
Clutch
they're
City.
they're double the points of the.
They destroyed the Pelicans like we knew they were, and they lost against OKC, but it's all right because it was a rough game. It's good. It's Jalen Green, Segun, and Van Vliet. They're the top three trio.
They've been doing really good.
Yep.
It's just like I said, they're like, I mean, Victor Van Vliet. If there's a start, I would say Victor Van Vliet. He's been doing like really well this season. But nonetheless, like we keep on saying, it's just the whole team itself, the chemistry. They all bring something great to the team, and that's what makes them like that success.
And here's the thing that I found weird during the trade, because people were still free agents or whatnot, and they asked them like if the Rockets were going to sign anybody. They're like, no, we like to structure the team the way they are, it's solid. And I'm like, that makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes a lot of sense because like you can see it, you can see this team that they're on fire and they're solid.
Yeah,
they're really solid, and I'm happy because when they're doing good, that means our Vipers are doing even better.
Even better. Well, they don't take away, unfortunately. In other words, but I would like them to prepare for injuries and not to disrupt anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have some backup plan that at least it's a little bit functional in case what happens. That's
last season.
It doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
Because I hate to see the Houston miss out on the playoffs because of injuries.
Yes.
You know what I mean? When they could have been in the playoffs, done really good, and God knows, who knows, But yeah, you hate to see that happen.
Yeah. No, last Friday they went up against the Mad Ants, and unfortunately, they fell short. But it's all right because we still have the 27th of this Friday that the Vipers, the Vipers are going to do great when they go up against the Santa Cruz Warriors.
Yeah, that's going to be their coming back game, right? They've had quite a bit of break. This Friday, guys. If you got to see the Vipers. You got to go see them.
Yes.
If you can, go. It's a good see something to do after the holidays.
Yeah, then not only that, you're in for a treat because this team is solid, spectacular. I think the Rockets are doing great. The Vipers are even better.
Whoa! Well.
No. I mean, I mean, better in the sense that both teams, solid.
Yeah, no, both
Yeah,
teams are solid.
both teams are
Honestly,
solid.
seeing
Yeah.
caliber,
The caliber of team that they have.
yeah,
Yes.
just the caliber of team that they have, just
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, they all play really well together. The Vipers have had a chemistry that you cannot break, but of course, kind of got disrupted last season, like we were talking about, and I think that
Yeah.
disrupted everything.
It drew up to
You
both
know,
teams, so the Rockets
yeah,
and Vipers. Yes.
correct,
Yes.
correct. So that's the big disappointment.
Mhm.
But hey, we are in another season. They're both doing better than even
Phenomenal.
last
Hey,
season.
and the
So
Rockets are like the reason why they're called Clutch City. Mm-hmm.
tell me about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, honestly, not they're not. I mean, they're coming. They're on top.
Yeah, they're on
The
top.
ones that are
Definitely
trailing
on top.
is actually Mavericks and Spurs. So they're the ones they're on top.
Yeah, yeah.
They're in third place, but nonetheless, they're doing really good in their division.
Mm-hmm.
They're top in their division.
Definitely, yes, yes.
They're just in the conference that they're third place.
Yeah.
I mean, which is not bad. It's really good.
Mm-hmm. And right now, the Mavericks are going up against the Blazers as well too. Later
The
on
Mavericks,
today,
yes, later on
the
today,
Mavericks,
the
yes.
Mavericks are going to go against the Blazers. Can't
Yes.
wait to see. I mean, I hope Luca's coming back.
Lucas
Hopefully,
Combs,
he's doing good and back at least close to 100%. Because when you come back from injury, you never come back fully healed.
you healed, yeah.
Especially when you want to come back into the court or get back into play. You know what I mean? Because you saw your team struggle last game. They lost without you.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas a very, very, very needed person.
Yeah.
I mean, he's very needed. And you know what I noticed? He only put up 16 points. And I say only because that's not Luca. The game before he went out for an injury.
Yeah.
So the game that he did his last game before he stepped out for 2 games, it wasn't like him.
Yeah.
So you can already tell.
Yeah.
And even then he put up points. He did pretty good, decent numbers for an injured player.
Yeah.
And he was out, and I mean they won the first game after that, but they lost the last one, and that's heartbreaking because knowing that you could have won.
Yeah. That's I was thinking that too. Yeah. But you know what? They're like it's like you said before earlier in the season when it first started. Don't sleep on the Mavericks because the Mavericks.
Oh no.
Like the mighty steeds they are, they speed up and they take.
You know
they
what?
Take the conference.
You cannot sleep on the Mavericks. You cannot sleep on the Houston Rockets or the Spurs.
No.
Hey, the Spurs, yeah, they might be a ninth place, but like we said, we are 15 wins.
Yep.
Yeah, 15 wins. They're only a few games away.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Don't sleep on them. Victor Van Vliet is right there in front of you before you know it.
That Jalen Green, man.
Ooh. What can I? Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly, they got the ball rolling.
Definitely. They
really
definitely got the ball rolling. And I'm looking forward to one day watching those guys play.
Yeah.
In the playoffs. And go to the finals. Man, which I feel is this season.
You know what? Yeah. I would love to go ahead and see them in the playoffs, man. I would love to go ahead.
They deserve it.
They all do.
They all do. They all do. A Texas shootout.
That's the thing. Who would you go see? Who against who would you want to go see?
Well, I don't know. All I know that we'll be eating good.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Texas basketball.
I would love to see the Spurs, but I gotta say I would have to see the Mavericks versus Rockets.
Oh, I agree.
Which stadium? Which stadium though? Which stadium? Ooh. Home or away?
No, home.
Which?
Home in H-Town, man.
H-Town.
You need to ask hometown, man.
You need to ask that.
Yeah, you need to ask that in Houston, man. Of course.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Well, we're meant to be seen, though.
We'll go ahead and see. We'll go ahead and see. But we have a chance either way, both, because I'm pretty sure they're both gonna make it.
Oh yeah, no, I know they're gonna go up against Dallas on, January 1st.
Oh really?
Yep.
What? Where are they playing?
They're gonna play, I believe. They're in Houston. It's gonna be a Houston game.
H-Town.
Yeah, H-Town.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Can't wait. I mean, that's gonna be a very sought out game to go ahead and see.
Game,
everybody's gonna go ahead and look forward to that game, especially as it gets closer, because even right now it's already pretty darn close.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna want to look at that game, not only because the division, but also because it's neck and neck, man.
Yeah, it's neck and neck. Yeah. It's better for the top Texas team, and guess what? Once again, Houston has overcome Dallas.
Yeah. Hey, don't sleep on them. Don't sleep. Luca just wanted to give Houston a break.
Ah, trying to take a little vacation.
He's
Let the
like,
Rockets.
you know what? I want to give him a break. Luca's like, it's not fair.
Well, we'll find out January 1st. That's for sure.
Definitely, that's gonna be a great game.
That's gonna be a
Great
good
game.
game. That's gonna be a
That's gonna
good
be a
game. Yeah.
man. That's gonna be a great
That's
game.
gonna be a great game. And I'm looking forward to that one.
No, you and me
Yeah.
both, man. You and me both.
Start off the year with some Texas basketball.
I know the first
New
day,
Year? Ooh.
New Year's.
Ooh, like I'm already loving 2025.
But let's see. We wake up to see it, brother.
That's true. That's true.
We have a long night the night before ahead of us.
But man, we can. Oh, such awesome basketball. If you're a basketball fan right now, Texas basketball fan,
Well, technically Texas,
Texas basketball fan, we're so good.
Yeah,
so good.
I mean, I can't speak for everybody else right
Yes.
now, how hot, but I mean, hey, having three teams and all three teams
on
doing
the
good.
top, on the top, like the top tens.
I mean, they're doing great. Yeah, I mean,
spectacular.
I'm like, you're like, who should I go for, man?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Who should I go
and two of our Texas teams are within the top five. Spectacular, yeah.
Man,
You're just competing, yeah, and we were just catching momentum. It's sooner or later, 1 and 2, Texas team 1 and 2.
I don't doubt it.
1, 2, and 3.
The way Spurs are going,
there's no doubt.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
There's no doubt. I don't put that past anything.
No.
Because I put in more for the Rockets and or Mavericks to be 1 and 2, and that's believable.
Yeah.
But more, I mean, I don't put it past anything that the Spurs can be right there on 3 or 2, even 2 or 1.
I agree
with them up there.
I agree.
They can grab traction the way they did. They were behind, like I said, 8 games, close to 9, I think. If I remember at one point, and now they're 3-4 games away.
Yeah, definitely.
So I mean, hey, you never know. They're doing really good, and with Victor right there, man, that boy can do anything.
Yep. And he along with Chris Paul and the rest of the Spurs, that team's going to the top.
Man, wouldn't you like to see an all-star with just Luka, Victor,
a monster Texas team? But which team would you put them on?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
All those stars, just with the Mavericks or with the Rockets?
As long as he's with Luka, I would like to see what combination they put.
Lethal Force.
Hey, with Victor Van Vliet too on that, I would like to see those 3 boys play together, man.
That would be good.
I would like to see what combination they would put.
That would be a solid team.
Yeah, I would love to see how that plays out.
Yeah, man, that would be a solid team.
Yep, that would.
But awesome basketball from our Texas teams all around, even through the valley as well too.
Yep. Vipers is not far behind, man.
No, not far behind.
They're doing great in their own division. They're doing great.
Yeah. But on to the gridiron.
Well, I mean, it was a great week nonetheless. Well, I mean, it was tough and good.
Yeah.
But
we got some Christmas gifts. But the way you want to take it, either a lump of coal or a sweater that doesn't fit.
Or if it's too tight this year.
Well, the way that Cowboys game went, it's like you got that nice shirt we wanted, but right now the way it's fitted, it's like a crop top.
Yeah. Well, the ones that ruined it were the Eagles.
Because unfortunately, Dallas has been eliminated from playoff contention.
And you know what? Eagles, we know you did it on purpose. We know they were more afraid to play the Cowboys than having the Redskins.
Let's get into it because honestly, like the way this season started off, so rocky, so like.
Well, yeah, another in the first place, it shouldn't have had to come to this point.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, they were in this point. And yeah, they started off really bad.
Really bad. Like really bad. Like, it's like they were still feeling the after effects from last year's loss in the playoffs.
Well, I mean, honestly,
they wasn't even one and done. They were just 1-0.
It wasn't that much of a big surprise because, like I said at the beginning, even before the season started, this was going to be one of our worst seasons ever. But it's not that surprising because Dak didn't have the weapons he did before, and it was all going to be him. And I knew he wasn't going to be able to do anything because elite quarterback that everybody makes him out to be, or to make him out to be. He's not an elite quarterback, and he's proven that to people time and time again, constantly in, I mean, on national television.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know how much more proof you want.
Yeah.
He's not an elite quarterback. He's not. I mean, look at Cooper Rush. He's won more games than he did.
Mm.
Oh my God.
Many
Like,
people were like, "Oh, they should have offered him the contract extension instead of
well,
Dak
Cooper
Prescott."
Rush. I mean, cool. Look, Cooper Rush is a guy. What I like about his technique, and I've always said this, is that he's a pocket quarterback.
Hmm. Hmm.
I think his biggest issue is that he doesn't scramble a lot.
No,
He
he
doesn't
did not.
scramble a lot, and then when he gets away,
Mm.
when he doesn't do that all the time, but when he doesn't make a big play after that. And those are the opportunities where you get open players because they think you're gonna be down and
Yep.
openings happen. And it happened and he would mess up. It happened like 2-3 times this
Mm.
past game.
Yeah. Yeah. It did.
And that was disappointing because those were big plays that we need. And that's the difference with a great second string quarterback and a first string quarterback, nonetheless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the biggest difference. Cooper Rush will be a person I would like to have if my quarterback goes down,
Yeah.
but he's not the person to go ahead and cover. You know what I mean? He can cover your season. Look at the games he's won. He's done pretty good with the team that couldn't even get, like, I don't know how many wins. 3 games only. He
Yeah.
got 3 wins
Just three
out of
wins.
7 games.
Hmm.
How many did Cooper Rush get? More. He's
Yeah.
only lost like 2, 3, and the rest he's won. So I mean, like,
Oh,
you know what I mean?
there were some brutal losses. To say that.
Well, I mean, it was, for one, it was at the beginning, so I give him the benefit of the doubt. Although I have other my theories if you've watched the show before,
Mhm.
and on top of that, you know, he I also put it on that he needed to get a little bit more practice with the team. Second string quarterbacks, remember, guys, they don't get playing time or practice time with the team.
Yeah.
They don't
No,
until
they
they
don't.
get moved to first string. They get it. So on play, they practically are playing like new. Like they don't know each other. They catches. That's why
Mhm.
a lot of sinking doesn't happen. A lot of things don't happen. A lot of times that's what's hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can put it on many things. Nonetheless, I call that Cooper Rush has had more success than Prescott this season,
Mhm.
and that's your second string quarterback.
Mhm.
So I mean, what does that tell you? I mean, again, I don't know. So many things point to, hey, get rid of this guy, and they're still gonna have him back next year, and that's the sad part.
Yeah.
Because I don't want another Dak Prescott year like we did this year.
Yeah. Yeah. But the thing is, like with CD Lamb, I think they finally got on the same page and they connected because the receiving yards was 105.
Oh yeah, over the past 2-3
Yeah.
games, he's
Yeah.
been doing really good,
Been
TD
doing pretty
Lamb,
solid too. Yeah. Mhm.
and he's been doing whatever he can to do his part too. He's been running with the ball, trying to do anything. Yeah, CD Lamb is a champ.
Mhm.
I mean, I wouldn't blame him if he wanted to leave the Cowboys. I would. I really wouldn't. I would be,
I honestly
understanding.
feel like what like Michael Parsons says he's like not. I feel Lamb's not leaving. Like, oh, you wouldn't blame him, but I honestly feel like he wouldn't leave.
Uh, well, I mean, I hope not. I really do
No,
hope
no,
not,
no,
because if he leaves, we're in
He,
deeper hole than we thought we were. I
mhm.
mean, we thought this year was a deep, pile of doo doo.
Yeah, as they
Next
say. Yeah.
next next season, I mean, good luck finding a receiver in that caliber of that
Mhm.
caliber.
Yes.
It just no, you
Yeah.
just no.
Yeah.
You can't. Instead
Mhm.
of trying to look for just somebody to go ahead and cover slot receiver, somebody just right there, you're
Mhm.
gonna have to. I mean, man, no, that's a lot of work. If he leaves, we're gonna struggle. Here comes another struggling year.
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie.
No, no, I think they're both gonna get on the same page. I don't know what. Like I said, the after effects of like last season's loss, I felt still resonated with this season. The way it went, so rocky. But I feel that this upcoming next season, I think we'll get back on track when it comes to Dallas.
I say that all depends on what moves they make,
Mm-hmm.
on doing the correct moves. Because To be honest with you, the the good thing is it's looking like the defense is back on track.
Yep. Hmm.
So they've been doing really well. I just would like a Van Der Esch, in the middle again.
Yeah.
I think we need a middle linebacker,
Mhm.
a guy that can stop those runs,
We were talking about that
tough.
before. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, can read the deep. Not only that, Van Der Esch was very well in reading those plays. He was good. He was a good defender that could read offensive plays.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean. We need to get a linebacker of that caliber again. We need
Mm-hmm.
we need that again. We really do. We
Mm-hmm.
really do. I think that's what we're missing. The heart of a linebacker in the middle. That the heart of the defense right
Yeah.
there. Because Bland, I mean, look, since he came back, he's been doing good.
Mhm.
He's been keeping that second, that second string in the back pretty well under control.
Yeah.
The only bad thing is that now who do we got injured? Diggs. And our corners, we've been piling rushing through them.
Yeah.
A lot of Caleb also got hurt.
Yeah.
A lot of our
A lot of
corners.
injuries. A lot of injuries.
Yeah, our defense is, and then look at where we're at right now. Still,
Yeah.
Williams has picked up a lot of the slack. Williams, because of Overshown being injured, that's another thing. Overshown, man.
Mhm.
Oh my god. So I mean, coming back next year, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think our defense is we want where we want it. It's okay.
Mm.
Like I just think, like I said, we just need a linebacker, but our offense needs a lot of work.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It does.
And
it does.
and I don't mean our line because
on both Texas teams, the like offense needs.
yeah, definitely. But I'm gonna be on. Well, I don't think that I think our offense needs it, but not in the same way you did. I think we got the opposite.
Mhm.
I believe our offensive linemen are okay. They just need to grow, mature, and get a little bit seasoned.
Yeah,
They're doing great, and they protect enough to get the ball out,
yeah.
and they're only gonna get better.
Mhm.
So I think our offensive line is good.
Mhm.
Yes, the only problem is yes, we got players leaving, so we're gonna need to replace that. So I think just the veterans that are now second year,
Here,
they're
yeah.
gonna have to a little bit adjust to here and there, and they're gonna have to do that. But as of right now, our line I don't think is a problem. We need a running back. We need a
Oh yeah,
we need
definitely.
we need 2 to 3 receivers. I mean, and we definitely need a quarterback, but that's not gonna happen. But you know what I mean? I mean, we need the skill positions filled. We need a really great running back, and we need at least 2 3 more receivers.
Yes, I agree. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Yes,
Yeah.
we need more receivers. And right now, same thing. Same thing when it comes to the Houston Texans. Because yes, that game with the Chiefs on Saturday, oof, it was a hard
Heartbreak.
it was a heartbreak. A lot of heartbreak. A lot of unfairness when it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs.
So I've heard, and
Yeah, so I've heard from both sides. Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
heard.
Unfortunately, yes, the Houston Texans lost against the Chiefs, but it was a very bad loss because at the same time, wide receiver Tank Dell got injured.
You see, and that's a big issue.
Mhm.
That's the big issue.
Yeah.
And going into the playoffs,
Although I give it to
having
although I do give it to him, held on to the ball despite the injury that it had to him. Yeah,
yeah, but
he suffered dislocated kneecap and torn ACL.
I mean, no, Trooper. I mean, Trooper for holding on to that
Trooper,
ball. I
Trooper.
mean, hey, he still did that. I mean, with an injury,
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
but he's gonna be needed in the playoffs.
Yes,
He would have
definitely.
been. He's gonna be needed in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
it's-
Better
it's-
said, I guess.
it's gonna be needed. Yeah,
And you know what? He's not gonna be able to. He's definitely not gonna be able to come back.
it's a long road to recovery, but like
Yeah.
hopefully it's a well healed recovery, and he can come back to the
Hopefully he
Texans
can.
offensive line. soon.
Hopefully he does.
by
I
next
really
season.
do hope he does because he's a good asset for the Houston
Mhm.
Texans. And unfortunately, though, like for the playoffs, man, that's a big blow.
Mhm.
That's a big blow.
It's a big blow. It's a
It's a big blow.
Mhm.
It's a big blow. I mean, I don't know. That's something you don't want to see. That's
No,
something you don't want to see.
no. Unfortunately, yeah. But despite that, injuries between what happened within the team, it was a hard watch. It was a hard watch, and the kind of plays that went about with both teams, like the screen, they couldn't read it well enough. The, the Chiefs had their number. The Chiefs had their number. It was unfortunate to see that, but like the passing yards, Mahomes had it, 260 passing yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. But that's the way the cookie crumbles when it comes to that. Oh, the defense did their best to stop this, like the offensive line of the Chiefs, but no, the Chiefs came ready. They came ready. So did the refs.
So did the refs.
There were a couple of calls, honestly, that I felt were, come on. There was
Unfair.
one where they're like, I feel there was a fumble from Mahomes that was recovered, and they went to the touchdown. Everyone's confused because, okay, let me ask you this: if they hit you in the elbow while throwing the ball, and the ball goes loose, is it considered an incomplete pass or a fumble?
Uh, the way rule stands is if his hand with the ball went forward,
Mm-hmm.
like if he went forward, it's considered a pass.
Pass, right?
Yeah, it's considered. If he go, even if he pushes it like that,
Yeah.
or every as long as you
Because
do
it was like this, and
now.
the name escapes me, but the hand went like this, the ball went loose.
Yeah.
It was a fumble, right?
Now, if the ball stays over here and your arm goes without the ball,
Yeah.
that's a fumble.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a
The
fumble.
fumble. Yeah. See, and that's what we see, but incomplete pass,
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Mm.
Yeah.
And also there's a couple of like pass interference when it came to Dell, like they didn't call that
They didn't
either.
call it.
No. So yeah, it irked me because I've seen other games, I mean, as well too, that a couple of missed calls did
Yeah.
not go in our way, but it's unfortunate the way this game went about. You know, I feel that they need to sharpen the tools when it comes to like the Texans recently. From what I've seen, they signed a player from a former Ravens player off waivers, and his name goes by. I had his name. I just had a miscalculation here. Oh, all right. I think it was Miles Barnett. I think yes. Mm-hmm. Correct. Yes, Miles Barnett. Yes. But yeah, sadly, it's unfortunate that he had gotten hurt. They signed Miles Bryant. Sorry. Yeah, they signed Miles Barnett. Yeah. And they also signed, let's see, the Deontay Johnson as well. Yes, Deontay Johnson.
Okay.
That's who they signed out. Yeah, Deontay Johnson. Yes, he's the Texas thing, former Ravens. That I had it open. Uh, Deontay Johnson off waivers. So I feel that he might be the gap they might need. Hopefully, it's enough to fill that offensive line that's needed, and that offensive line of the Texans
Can get some protection.
can get some protection, because I feel that's one factor that's been costing the Texans so much. When it comes to touchdowns.
Yeah. Your offensive
Some
line.
say it's a sophomore slump of CJ. I feel is that he just doesn't have enough time in the pocket.
Well, it could be one or the other. It could be, but his line does not help.
Mhm.
It definitely doesn't help. You know what I mean? Yeah, I will say that. So,
Mhm.
yeah, and on top of that, it just doesn't make it easier that the other teams already have your way of playing.
Yeah.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Their first year, they don't know how you play. They don't have video on you. They don't have, here and there how you're gonna play, how you're gonna do.
Mhm.
Hey, here comes your second year. They're already ready for you.
Yeah.
And they know that Stroud's a threat, so they protect against the passing a little bit more.
Yeah.
Now, the good thing is that they got Mixon and they're in the mix.
They got
Because
mixing in the
that that is different. I mean, that when you have a running back that can run and a quarterback that can throw,
Yeah.
it's a double threat.
It's a
You know
double
what I
threat,
mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
the defense makes
Some people might consider, like, some people were thinking since his injury before that Deontay Johnson signed, They were all like, "Are they gonna become a running type of team, like a style of running?" I'm all like, "Well, they do have Collins, yes, but at the same time, they'll figure them out and just start blitzing them and start stopping them from getting anywhere." And it happened. He couldn't get any yardage during this game with the Chiefs. Like
Yeah,
he couldn't get any traction. He couldn't get any yards at all.
and
At all.
that's because of the line.
Yeah, it's because of the line.
That's because of the
Because of
line.
the line. Because of the line.
So in that case, they needed to open up the lanes, the running lanes by throwing the ball.
You want to know how many rushing yards Mixon had throughout the whole game? 57.
Wow, that's a really
Low
low.
for Mixon. Just 57.
Yeah, that's very low.
Yeah. And Tank Dell had 98. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because throwing was the way they were protecting against the rush.
Yeah.
They looked like they were protecting more against Mixon than against the throw
Yeah.
because of the penetration that they were making constantly against the line. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And when it came to interception, once again, he threw. CJ Stroud threw two
See,
interceptions.
those are the kind of things that, although I want to put it all in the on the line, but the one thing you cannot do is
Yes.
turn the
The
ball over.
And like I said, he turned the ball over. Why? Because he had nobody protecting him. It's like a gap tooth in that offensive line. But it did all right for this case. I just feel that KC they had Houston's number, unfortunately. Maybe when they go up again, they're gonna face off again. Or when they go up again in the playoffs, I think yes. In the playoffs, yes. It might be a different story. But for now, bring on Baltimore.
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna say.
Mhm.
Because yeah, as suspected, the Baltimore Ravens are gonna be
Oh yeah.
looking
Again,
like your first.
hopefully we can get that vengeance from last year, but like man. What breaks my heart about this is that Houston preseason, the way it was looking solid, a solid playoff team, a threat. I'm not saying they are a threat. Yes, they're the AFC South. They won their division. You know what I mean? But like it was looking solid. They're gonna boom be like a 13 and some. They're like the 9-6, the same score as it was last season.
I believe they did struggle
Yeah,
with tough teams.
They struggled, and
Yeah.
the teams they should have beaten that they didn't beat really reflected hard on the offensive line
The
coach.
two the two teams
yeah,
with Jets.
yeah.
The Jets, I still give you the Jets because nonetheless, like I said, Rogers still Rogers.
Uh-huh.
But could you have beaten the Jets? I agree. I think like you completely
Yes.
say that you should have. I still give them okay, like that one. I still give them.
Same thing
But
with the Titans.
nah,
Same thing
but
with the
with
Titans.
the Titans,
Same thing.
the Titans was the
Same
biggest
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't. I have no idea. And then not only that, these like this deep insight already of the what's it called of the year. You're already seasoned. You're already warm. You're already going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
You have to. This is a good
And
easy
even that,
win.
the way the
Boom.
Jets played during that game too. I don't remember who it was, but he let go of the ball before he went to the end zone. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
you're gonna lose to a team
yeah.
that like have players that do
does-
that. Players to do that. You can have a team that
Well,
does that. Like, come on, man.
You're gonna let that roll.
Yeah, you're gonna lose to a team that has players that do that. Like, come on.
Don't. Yeah.
Not only that, when it came to the Lions game, you were destroying them before the half went out. Second half, no touchdown whatsoever. Like, what happened? What happened to this solid team that they had so far? Despite injuries, yes, injuries is one thing, but what happened? What happened that it derailed a lot? Because they're doing great, but it's the
Yeah.
same. This is the same as they were last season.
And that's the thing that was a very that was in their pockets. That game, the Lions game, was in their
The
pockets.
yes.
and
There's
they
been a
let
couple
that
of close
slip out
calls.
of
There's
it.
been a couple of games already close call. We
Yeah.
discussed that it should have been in the Texans' pocket, but for some reason or another, they shot themselves in the foot. And it's and this one, like we could have won. We could have beaten them, but penalties and bad calls was pretty much what put the coffin nail in this game for us. You know,
Put it down.
yeah. And unfortunate that Tank Dell got injured.
Didn't help.
That it made matters so much worse because after that, of course you're gonna be concerned for your teammate who wouldn't be? They weren't the same after that because it was a really bad injury that he
No,
got.
yeah.
It was a really bad dislocated knee and torn ACL. It's
I mean,
unfortunate.
I'm not gonna lie. I really do hope he does come back.
Oh no, no, he'll come back. I know he'll come back. It's a long road to recovery. Hopefully, the injury feels well enough that
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
this
say
team can
because
stay solid.
yeah, that is a really big bad injury. So
Mm.
I mean, I don't know. I just hope he does come back because I mean, even next season, the Houston could use him
Yeah, definitely
definitely.
they could use him. Definitely they could use him well enough. Yeah. But we'll see how they do on Christmas. We'll see the gift of football. Can we get a? Can Santa give us a dub?
Give us a dub.
Give us a dub in Houston.
Well, I mean, either way, it's just ending it. But I will say that what's it called? They need to the Houston. And I said it before. They need to focus on the playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
They need to focus on the bigger picture now that they already won the division. They need to focus on the playoffs. I think this is what I was talking about, and I do blame a little bit the coach for allowing, like, Dell to get hurt. Dell, I don't, I will, I guess you saying allow, I guess for, I guess it happening, I blame it on the coach.
Okay.
I do blame it on the coach because, you know, you got to sit down your players, switch them around, rest them. Don't try too hard because you know what? You tried to win this game, and what'd you get out of it?
Yeah.
What'd
Yeah.
you get out of it? You guys not only lost, Houston didn't only lose, but they lost a great asset to the playoffs. So I guess this is what I was talking about when I said, okay, now it's time to focus on the playoffs. If you lose these games, that's fine. Lose them. Would you want to win them? Yes. But you know what? I think that the bigger picture is the playoffs and be ready for them. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Dels, like I said, I put it on the coach.
Yeah. I think this is a great segue for our favorite segment of the
Correct,
show.
correct. Woo, 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 woo.
It's time for our favorite segment of the show. Ponte pilas, pilas, pilas. En ese mijo, 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 mijo. Where we pretty much say who's doing great and who's sucking throughout the week.
Which I guess you can tell by the way
By the way
show
we're
goes.
going.
By the way we're
So,
going.
shall we get a drum roll? The ones that need to ponerse pilas are, as we were discussing right now, the Houston Texans.
Why we just discussed
See,
it?
we
I
just pretty
think
much discussed it.
I blame Dell's injury on the coach because like I said,
On D'Amico Ryan.
yes, because honestly, the bigger picture is playoffs. Forget winning the rest of the season games.
Mhm.
You already won the division.
Mm-hmm.
You need what everybody's goal is the Lombardi Trophy.
Yes, of course.
You
of
know
course,
what I
yes,
mean, the
yes.
Lombardi Trophy.
Mhm.
And now you're Tank Dellis.
Mhm.
What are you gonna do? I mean, yeah, you got Collins. I mean, he's the number one receiver. Don't get
Yeah.
me wrong, but I mean, having Dill rather than not having him, it does make a big impact, a big
Mhm.
difference. And the way, like you said, we were talking about the way Stroud has been struggling because of the line.
Mhm.
For the line, it's only gonna make it worse. It's not gonna help his situation any better. Not having Tank Dell out there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? To create more openings, to create at least openings. You said it. Even with his injury, when did he get injured? On the second quarter, maybe I think it was third.
Well, takedown.
Yeah,
It was in the third quarter.
third quarter.
Yeah.
And even then, he still had 97 yards. I mean, that's still pretty well for. I
Mhm.
mean, it's still really good
Yeah.
for him. I mean, that means that he's being used and he's an asset out there.
Yeah.
And I think that right now at this point, you need to go ahead and think about how to use your players
Mhm.
and how to protect them.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on a certain part of it being and Ryan's as a fault. Because it was a freak accident. It happened. You know, friendly fire fell on his leg. They got broken. Yes. Yeah, it is the playoffs. It's understandable. Yeah, but it was one of the also two important games of, beating last year's champions or whatnot. A game to beat it all as well too. But honestly, it's just fate. a happenstance that happened. Yeah, at times Ryan's, there we go. Ryan's has made some questionable calls as well too, which as of any coach as well. But it's just I feel like yeah, I agree with you on the part that yes, rest your players, rest certain players.
Yeah, because the more they're out in the field, the
The
more
more the
freak
play
accidents
accidents
happen.
happen. Yes, I agree with you on that.
The more they're out,
I do
yeah.
agree with that. I agree with you on
The
that.
more it's like hey, it's like you're in the middle of the road.
Mhm.
You're crossing a board. The more you're in the middle of
In
the
the
road,
road,
you're
you're
gonna
gonna
get
get
hit. The
hit. Yeah,
chances of
yeah.
you getting
I
hit,
agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But hopefully, with this sign with Deontay Johnson, who had 31 receives, 363 record yards, 3 touchdowns, 11 games, 11 yards recording, 63 targets this season. How does that fare to you?
What do you mean?
Deontay Johnson, the one they signed off waivers, the one that's pretty much they're trying to fill that gap with Tank Dell,
Okay.
the one that the Texans recently signed.
Okay. What was your
He's
what question?
had 31 like record, connects, 363
Oh,
record
you think that
yards.
he's gonna be able to
Well, no,
replace?
not replace, but help
Yeah.
the team
Well,
advance
I mean,
pretty much.
going back to everything, you would rather go with Tank Dell than without Tank
Tank
Dell.
Dell, yeah.
And now, okay, maybe he is the asset, or let's just say, put it in this perspective.
Mhm.
Let's say he's gonna replace him.
Mhm.
Okay, he's gonna replace Tank Dell instead of being able to create
Really
fresh
fresh
legs
eggs
out
out
there
there
every so often.
often.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
So now you're taking Tanksdale. So that extra player that you're gonna add as an advantage, or you wanted to go ahead and add it as an advantage,
Uh huh.
take go
It
cancels.
does. It
It
cancels.
cancels.
It cancels.
Yeah, yeah, that extra advantage. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So now you're gonna hope. Now you're hoping that this guy is gonna be able to do, or if not do better than what Tank Dell would have been able to
Yeah.
perform out in the field and in the
Okay.
playoffs.
Well, to sum up his
Yeah,
his 6 years with the NFL,
yeah.
he's played with the Steelers, Panthers, and Ravens. He's had 422 catches for 4,726 yards and has scored 29 touchdowns.
Hmm.
He's been selected, to play the Pro Bowl. So it it looks all right, Although this
Hmm.
2024 season they hardly used them, as
Hmm.
you can tell from what I told you, the 363 yards received and whatnot, the
Hmm.
3 touchdowns he's got. Of course you would be like, well, why the heck are they signing that guy? Well, that's only this season.
No, my question is, why did they let him go then?
Oh, the Ravens. I think it
Yeah,
was probably like contracts, or like, they just probably weren't using them. I feel I feel like a lot of healthy players. You know.
yeah,
And it goes back to saying like maybe he got like Tank Dell got injured in the sense too. Like we were discussing before, like one
yeah,
leg's stronger than the other.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean.
I mean,
And
an injury that
because as we were discussing the Diggs situation,
sometimes players that get injured, they don't come
come
back the
back the
same
same
way.
way. Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And that includes Tech Dell. You know
Yeah,
what I
Tank
mean?
Dell. Yes, yes.
Next year, that's next season's
Hope,
problem. You
hope,
know what I
hope. No,
mean?
hopefully
Yeah,
his career stays long and prosperous
yeah, of
because
course,
hey,
of course.
he's a great player. He's a
Yeah,
great
yeah,
player.
yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah.
Definitely, no bad omens to get hope. Hoping
Oh,
against
definitely.
anybody. Any player, no matter who they are, what team they play.
Yeah, definitely.
But no, I mean, I mean, of course, yeah, you don't blame the coach, but I mean, I think that that's a coaching thing, and yeah, you know what? I think that right now, I think
Offensive.
maybe
I would blame the offensive coordinator,
uh, I guess, but
Bobby Slowick.
the one that should make that important call about who to play and who
Mm,
not to play
mm.
should come from the head coach.
Oh, of course,
She
of
should
course.
be, and I like you said to you say that like the Chiefs was an important game,
Mm.
but I mean I don't know, maybe he thought the same, but you know what I mean. At the end of the day, the win, even if, let's say we would they would like Houston would have won,
Mm.
it wouldn't have done much
Yeah,
benefit or vice versa. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
wouldn't have done either or, and that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. Impact when it doesn't impact you in negative
Negative,
or
positive.
positive way. And that's the kind of stuff that you gotta let, like, look, we go back to the Lions against the Cowboys, that it cost them Henderson from wanting to keep on pushing us and pushing us
Yeah,
into the corner. Yeah, they beat the crap out of the Cowboys, but
Mm-hmm.
it cost them one of the defensive players that they wish they had
In
back because
fact, yeah,
that's an
definitely,
season-ending injury,
definitely.
and that's what you don't want. You want to know when to quit while you're ahead.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's just my opinion. Maybe
Yeah.
other people like us like
Disagree?
you
No, we're talking about that, but
disagree.
that's the whole point of the
Yeah, yeah,
show,
yeah.
pretty
Maybe other
much.
people disagree that it's not his fault,
Mhm.
but yeah, I to me that is head coach 101.
Fine.
And yeah, you already got the division in the bag. You're not gonna get anywhere from right here. Hey, focus on the playoffs.
Yeah,
Yeah, hopefully nobody gets injured and now.
yeah, and hopefully with Deontay Johnson, hopefully it might not completely put the band-aid that it's need on this wounded offensive line that the Texans have right now.
Hopefully those are good two additions that they need
Yeah,
and that could fix that. Yeah,
yeah, fix
at
that.
least the line and maybe another on the other side of what Collins
Yes, yeah,
on the other side of Collins.
hopefully. Yeah.
Well, boom.
Boom.
Hopefully that does happen, especially with Mitch Needed in the playoffs.
Yeah. But now, when it comes to the SSBCO award, goes to the Houston Rockets.
On the other side, man,
The
they're
B-ball court.
hot. I mean,
Hot tamale.
yeah, we
Hot
said,
tamale.
all Texas teams, all b-ball.
Mhm.
Yes, they're hot. They're hot on a streak.
Mhm.
They've been doing good the last
Yep.
10 games. Like I said, what's it called? Houston has been 7-3 on the last 10 games.
Yep.
Mavericks 8-2.
Mhm.
I mean, what more do you want from your Texas basketball teams?
Exactly.
Yeah, and then they're trailing back 1-1. The Mavericks are down one game.
Mhm.
So although I can see right now that they are gonna definitely win the Houston
Oh
Rockets.
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
If the Mavericks win, they're still trailing one game.
Game,
If
yep.
they lose, then they're going back to 2 games. So we'll go ahead and see tonight how it goes, but we'll definitely be looking for that January 1st game.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a good game.
That's
Definitely.
gonna be a great game.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, awesome award this week. Keep doing great, Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio.
Yes, keep it going.
And when it comes to Houston baseball, Alex Bergman, Viverderci, at least with your going away, the Astros get a fourth round pick in the draft,
At least something,
which is great too.
Hey, I think two two picks would be nice.
Yeah, a fourth round draft pick. Yeah,
Hey,
definitely.
it's something around that line.
Definitely.
I mean, Bergman's worth at least
definitely.
3 or 2.
Yeah. Well, anyhow, guys, that does another great episode of Tailgate 956. It's been fun. It's been fantastic.
Oh yeah.
And from all of us here at Tailgate 956 and 97.7 The City, have a happy holidays and happy New Year's.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
And on Christmas, when we get that dub with the Houston Texans.
Oh yeah, we were expecting that dub.
And may the Dallas Cowboys still go down swinging the rest of the season on Sunday.
They play the Eagles, and how I really have a high suspicion that Hurts is gonna be playing.
Well, you know what? Hopefully they can get revenge for them for losing. Give them another loss. Give Philadelphia another loss.
Yeah, he's gonna be automatically healed all of a sudden. Yeah, from that injury last week.
Well, once again, guys, I'm Rene Garza Jr.
Freddie Guevara.
And we'll see you at the next tailgate. Brother, let's get the rest of that Rockets game, my man.
Oh, yeah. Mavericks is next on.
Oh, nothing but treats. Nothing but treats this holiday season. I swear.